All right, and we are back to Delta Green. This is Greenbox Gaming is back. Play Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. I am Joe, the handler, and I am here with my friends Brad playing Hank Ellis, Jean playing
Hello.
Benedict, and Dace playing Benji. How are you guys?
Brother.
Okay.
That sums it up.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
In a nutshell.
Last time we talked about Christmas. Well, what about New Year's?
Mhm.
Did you guys do anything for your incredible New Year's blowout? I know Jean is probably just a haze of cocaine and
Oh,
beautiful
here's
women and men both, and just all sorts of craziness.
yeah, no, I actually have a question on this point. Do your people celebrate New Year's?
Your people?
As in, like, the other
Are
people
you
on
talking
the
about John?
time zone ahead of you?
No. The South Affies.
Not at the same time. Not at the same time.
Yeah, right, that was what I was going for. But yeah, everybody, yeah. It's, you guys
Fascinating.
exported a bunch of culture,
So-
including the turn of the Gregorian calendar.
So you don't.
I love that.
Let me get this straight. You don't do Thanksgiving. You don't do
No.
4th of July.
No, no
But you
turkeys, no
do-
fireworks.
You do New Year's.
It's because it's a calendar thing. But we don't have turkeys so much in South Africa,
No,
and
I
Guy
understand
Fawkes
it.
was just a guy for us. So
Wait,
I don't get it.
what about Guy Fawkes?
he was just a dude, right?
What holiday is Guy Fawkes based?
I think he's being funny.
Well, it's the 5th of November.
He's intentionally confusing ours with
Oh, okay.
Britain.
I'm trying to see.
It's like, sorry, I bought it. I guess I'm the dumbass here.
Has your backwater third world country been introduced with the idea of November?
To
Oh my god. What? I thought it was just October, December, straight up.
But it's a November.
changes.
November. What?
No.
Wando, did you guys actually
no.
do anything?
No
for,
hookers, no cocaine,
no hookers, no
bodies
cocaine.
mangled together. No, nothing like that. Nice and quiet, actually.
Okay. Well, what about Brad? Did you guys do? Well, Brad and Days, were you guys hanging out together or doing anything? Was there a party or something?
In the wedding.
Oh, that's right, wedding.
That's
Yeah.
where the hookers and cocaine.
That's where the hookers and the coke were at.
They were all there. Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah.
No,
All in old Oxford.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was pretty chill all in all.
No, it was a party
I mean,
on my end.
and you, Joe?
Well, I guess Dace, you had kind of said that you gotten kind of lit.
yeah. Yeah, that was one thing that happened on New Year's.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. Mine was pretty chill. I think Gabby and I think we were sitting on the couch, and she was we were like I was working on something on a computer, and she was reading, and then we had we really like BuzzFeed Unsolved, like these two guys who do like true crime, and they do like ghost and stuff like that.
Oh.
But like I guess we did that, and then like literally I looked down at my time. I was like, "Oh, Happy New Year," and that was about it. Yeah, we just.
And then you got one of those horns out of your pocket that's like,
And then she reached over and grabbed
And
one of
you-
those poppers
The
that has the
confetti.
confetti. Yeah, bow! And that was it.
And then you carried on watching.
And then we kept on doing whatever the hell we were doing.
New Year's is my least favorite holiday. I will say that,
What's that?
hands down.
Mm.
Well, I mean, more often than not, bad things happen on New Year's. Case in point, my house burned down on New Year's.
That's right.
That was when that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
That'll
like
do it.
15 years ago, and it just really just set the stage for all of the New Year's to come in my life.
Strange how your home burning down could put a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Really did.
Yeah. Well, Brad, what about you? Did you guys get pretty wild or?
I had a blast. I was with Madison. I had a blast with Madison.
Yeah.
I don't know. I must have did something to him. I don't know what I said, but
He really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, it's probably the.
I don't know what I did that night, but
Well, you know
He
how
zigged when he should have zagged.
you know how he is about butt stuff. It's just it doesn't get any better once you put some drinks into him. That's for sure.
And the thing is, I love butt
he
stuff.
said this
And
was
Brad
like the
wouldn't do
night.
it. He wouldn't
said this
do
was
it.
the
He
night.
wouldn't do the butt stuff. See, Brad, if you'd have just done butt stuff.
Could have been the best New Year's. Could have been the best New Year's.
I got real weird real quick.
So how do you guys feel about butt stuff?
so let's go ahead and take this time
Wait,
to
like-
talk about butt stuff.
Wait, like chaps? We go
No,
for
we
chaps?
talked about chaps last
Are we like
time.
butt paraphernalia? Butt decorations?
Butt decoration, like butt tassels.
Yeah, like chap.
Hmm.
Chaps for your butts.
Chapped asses.
All right.
Just comes back.
Well, now that we've come all the way full circle back to chaps, let's dive into Delta Green. How about that?
I think that's probably for the best.
Hmm.
So, we are here in 1995 in the Macallistar building. Our three characters, Benji Potts, blues historian and occultic kind of dabbler, Hank Ellis, U.S. Marshal, and I don't know what else to call. He's the muscle. He's definitely the muscle of this
He's a
group.
family man.
And family man. And then of course Benedict Farthington, who's the smooth talker, and it's a bit sassy. he's definitely the sassiest of you. He's definitely the mouthpiece for the group. But you guys are here to investigate the strange goings-ons that Delta Green has come in contact with about the Macallistar building, the disappearance of Abigail Wright. You guys have really been through the ringer lately, and the big thing that you found as of late is after doing a lot of investigations and finding a lot of really odd stuff in Abigail's apartment and having some odd discoveries with the people who live in the apartment building as well. You guys finally, eventually, are there at night, and you stumble across this strange other place that seems to be accessible from the Macallistar building, the night floors. Once you guys start getting into it, you make all sorts of weird discoveries. You meet Mark Rourke in the smoking room. You find Abraham the dog. You find the yellow sign, which is this strange sign that it's kind of blasted Benedict's, blasted his psyche a little bit. You guys also refound
What?
that same place. You found this strange mirror and observed something in it. This strange man who seemed to be holding something, something wet and limp in his hands, which seemed very reminiscent of the drawings that you had seen from one of the Macallistar building tenants, Lewis Post, of a man drowning children. About that time, as you were observing this, Lewis Post himself comes around the corner, and Benedict, in a panic, smashes the mirror, sending Lewis into a panic, and he's crying, and you guys are able to, in his kind of state, you're able to pry some stuff out of him. He apparently sits in front of this mirror and draws the things he sees. He told you about that the person who built the building, who built the Macallistar building, that there's a genius and it's made him a better artist, and that he sees this person, in the mirror. And then you guys are also, you begin to ask him about Abigail, and he reveals to you that, everything was normal until Abigail brought this strange book and passed it around the apartment. A book called The King in Yellow, which was a play. And after he read it, he just saw things in a new way. You guys take this information, you're like, alright, I think we need to get out of here. You guys continue to move on. You encounter a bunch of people who look like they're hospital patients or something. You talk to two of them, and find out one of them thinks you're a dream. He's like, I'm dreaming, this is all fake, it's bizarre, whatever. You're talking to the other one, and you manage to find out that they are housed in a place called Dorchester, or the Dorchester House. And it is in Boston, which is apparently where they are, which is not where you came into the night floors, which is in the Macallistar building in New York City. You guys then managed to make your way back into the Macallistar building, but not before running into old Roger Caroon, who apparently now has total memory of everything. He knows about the night floors, same as Lewis. It seems that when you investigated them during the day, they didn't know about the night floors. But once the night floors exist at night, that they suddenly have the memory back. You rough Roger up and you say, you know what, let's go talk to the other tenant of the building, Michelle Van Fitz. You barge into her apartment, also noting that her apartment has an entrance to the night floors, according to this hand-drawn map. She is not too happy, and you guys, just as we left last time, you guys were about to get into fisticuffs with Michelle. Hank Ellis had pulled his sidearm on her, and she had concealed a can of pepper spray, and you guys were about to throw down. So we are going to pick right back up there, right back in the action. My friends, what would you like to do?
Benedict's ready.
Yep.
Benedict's ready doing this.
Benedict's doing one of those, like an old school bare knuckle boxer. Oh, that is the wrong music. There we go.
Most peaceful fight.
All right, let's fight. The first combat. We're going right into it. Straight to the first combat of Impossible Landscape.
Okay. But let's frame this right. It is 3 grown men versus 1 grown woman.
Yes.
Yes, pepper spray, man. And we're law enforcement.
One woman, who, by the way, is just defending her home as you guys have barged in. It is worth noting, you've barged in, and the place has changed. It's no longer the single apartment. It now has a huge fireplace.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff. And the room is so much huger. There's even more books than was here. And not to mention, the door that you're looking for is now there.
If anything, this is a tax problem.
She's not paying as much rent.
She did not pay tax for this room.
If anyone will be on our side, it's the IRS.
But you're right, it does look bad because it's basically 3 grown-ass men attacking a feminist author.
As soon as you put on this music, my picture of my mom went to a turn-based RPG, and it was like, yeah, 3 on this side and her on that side.
Yeah, right.
The little dog in the corner.
Alright, so first we have either Benji or Hank. Now, Hank already has his gun out. Now, you guys, we established at the end of last episode, you guys are going to get to go before Michelle.
All right, so Benji, I really hope you take her down.
Goes first. Like, how do we decide that? Is there initiative in Delta Green?
Either of you
That
can go
was the
first.
dex,
It doesn't
wasn't
matter.
it?
You both have the same dexterity, so either of you can go first.
You go
All right.
first, Benji.
John Luca, we have to wrestle each other to decide who goes first. But since we can't do that physically, we have to do it mentally,
That's you.
which means we have to play the original game, as in like Sandman. So.
Oh God.
So.
No, you're not playing the game.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
You have a higher dex than him, so you definitely go before
Benji.
John.
Benedict goes after you two.
Take all my fun away. I'm gonna roll an unarmed combat to take away the pepper spray. Like that's all I want to do. I just want to like take away the pepper spray.
All right.
So Mia, it's a failure. It's a 61 under 40.
Fuck.
Yeah, you try to lay hands on her, and you are unable to do so. I mean, basically, like, she's, like, you... Well, actually, no, I'm wrong. That's not true. The way that it works for unarmed combat is now she has to roll an unarmed combat versus you, basically.
Okay.
And this becomes her unarmed combat roll throughout the whole thing, because she's not just going to let you take it. She's going to attempt to defend it. So, what do you think Michelle's unarmed combat is? Let's take a look here. Okay, she's at a base 40. So let's see.
What is yours, Benji?
What she's got here. Alright, she rolled a 26. So she is
Under 40?
Under 40, yes. So she is able to defend against you, and she's able to push you back. You actively are trying to get at the can of mace, Benji is, and she is like holding it away from you and pushing you back as she's like getting it ready.
On the head.
Yeah, she's got her hand on your forehead like a child, like it is holding you back, and you're just doing one of these flailing.
I mean, Benji's not an athletic person, you know.
Yeah,
He's
it's
an artist.
it's not Benji's thing, you know. Now go ahead, old Hank Ellis.
All right, so dexterity is the same as 14, and out to the side, I literally have as a reasoning gun training.
Okay.
So, can I attempt to shoot the mace out of her hand?
Okay. Okay. That is what's going to be called a cold shot.
Oh my god.
All right.
This shit escalated.
I like it. Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna.
I'm just trying to think of what he would do. Like, I mean, if his thing is guns, and he has a gun, we already decided I can't like put it down and try to attack her unarmed. And I don't want to kill her.
Let's see.
So with the butt of your gun.
I, as a player, will never be not down with escalating the situation.
These
Benji,
people have been. Well, these people have been fucking with us the entire time, man. Not on purpose, but it's gone too far.
Unknowingly. Yeah.
They're giving, and her of all people was giving us the hardest time.
All right.
And now we walk into a room to see this.
So the way this works
Hell
is
no.
you're gonna take this. I'm gonna say, all right, you're gonna take this at -20. It's basically you're gonna roll your handgun, your firearms skill, at a -20. And I'm saying -20 instead of -40, because she's not focusing on keeping. She's focusing on keeping away from Benji right now rather than keeping away from you. It's still a very small target, and it's moving. You know, if you were doing a called shot, you know, for something that was a little bit bigger, wasn't moving as much, it might be a little different. So,
Get it.
If Hank gets this, man. So modifier -20. Submit.
yeah,
that correct?
Let's see what happens.
Let's do it.
God. Oh, that's bad.
That's a
Oh, that's
55
real
over 30. That is a
Shoot her in the head. I better not shoot her in the head.
The gun doesn't go off, and you look down the barrel, and you're like,
And shoots me in the head. I know. Okay, the gun doesn't go off. Is that what's happening?
let's.
Misfire.
I think that the typical kind of thing that would normally be. Let's see.
One thing, Joe. What do I hit to? Are we refreshing the checkboxes of the shit I missed?
Not yet.
Roll wise.
Yeah.
Okay,
Little
just
update
put
button
check marks.
just below.
Yep, just put the check mark.
Firearm.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm trying to think of
A
what I want to
fumble,
do
yeah.
for this fumble. Roll me a d4.
Oh, and okay, all right. I can only imagine that 3 of these options are going to be terrible, and 1 is going to be like,
All right,
okay.
you're trying to like, you know, you're aiming as she's like, you know, she's got the pepper spray and you're aiming at it, and I don't know what happens. I guess we're gonna say that you like, you go to shoot and like click, and you realize the worst thing. Oh shit, I didn't rack a round. So there's not a round in the chamber. But then as you go to rack the pistol, Benji and Michelle bump into you, and the gun clatters to the ground.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like that's playing with kid gloves.
Well, now you have to take a turn to fucking pick it back up.
Oh my god.
You
I
think it
thought,
should have been worse,
I thought
Madison?
Hank was going to blow her brains out.
Honestly, worse things have happened in our
Yeah, I mean,
D&D
do you
game.
want me to give you a worse one? I mean, I'll
fucking string of
You
orphans.
shoot
Yeah, I think that was-
Benedict
I think
in
that's
the
fair.
penis. Like, right.
All right, Benedict, it's up to you.
You shoot Abraham, the
Right.
dog.
No, no, you fucking heartless. No, you dare.
Okay. So yeah, it's Benedict's turn. Benedict, these two are not getting much done.
Save
I
us.
think Benedict is gonna use his...
Isn't Benedict kind of a big guy?
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. Everybody's being very violent. I guess it makes sense in the moment. He's just gonna also try and wrestle the mace away. So, unarmed combat, same kind of thing.
Alright, so here's the way this works. She rolled a 26 to defend from Benji. She's keeping the same roll. So what you want to do is you want to get higher than 26, but lower than your score, okay? It sounds
Okay.
complicated right now, but
Should,
that's how it works.
surely she'd
Makes
be at a
sense.
disadvantage, though, having to fend off a middle-sized
You know what?
blues musician.
I'll give that to you, that she's already engaged with another target. If you want to give yourself a plus 20,
Nice.
that'll do.
Awesome. Let's do this.
Way to advocate for yourself.
Alright. So that's a 21 under 40.
Not higher than hers.
What does that mean?
Unfortunately.
Oh, is that... Okay. Gotcha.
That's-
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, it does.
So I actually needed to get between...
It actually.
Oh, that
26
was
and-
that was a
That's
terrible
not
choice. I had
60.
to get between 26 and 40. That would have been very difficult.
Originally, but you had a plus 20, so it'd be that and 60.
Well, yeah. So you.
Who
yeah.
is
So you
this
should have.
shit?
If you'd have gotten between 26 and 60.
That is... Okay.
She's just
God, we're all getting amazing.
Dude, look at her picture. She's the mini boss.
Hand
Look
gets
at
to
her.
go. Hand
She's
gets to
vicious.
go.
actually, Brad. I think she might be the main character of the campaign.
She's
I
the
think we
big
might be the
bad.
side
Picture,
characters.
man. Look at her
I think
picture,
this
man.
is actually
She's-
her adventure path, and we are just following in her footsteps.
NPCs.
We're just pawns.
We're
She
actually
is person.
designed to be crushed right now.
She's the king in yellow.
She's basically the king in
How
yellow
could
this whole
She
time.
may
Um,
actually be the king. You know?
Queen in yellow. She is the queen in yellow.
She's the queen in yellow. Yeah.
Don't presume.
Oh, she would not have any of that.
She's the they in yellow.
All right. So yeah. But because she is defending against Benji, basically, she is unable to take. She has taken her turn to defend against you guys. So we're gonna go back up to the top, back up to Benji. Because the way that she works, remember that when you're attacked, you have certain responses. You can dodge, you can defend, you can fight back, and stuff like that.
Mm.
So she has, yeah.
Okay, so we're actually like really diving deep into the nuances of Delta Delta Green combat right now, and I'm not sure what I can do. And you said like dodge, stuff like that.
Right. Your response is typically you can dodge, you can fight back, or you can, like, I forget the other one.
But you were saying before that she has taken her turns, and all of those turns were to dodge or defend. So now it's
Right.
back up to us.
Yes.
So we're still we can be aggressive if we want.
Right.
I'll tell you what I would like to do, and maybe you can tell me what this action would be. Like, I just want to engage her and like tangle her up. So
You want to? So okay, there's an option for that. There is pin.
okay, yeah, I could try to pin her.
Yes. So go ahead.
Once
so go
again,
ahead. So roll an unarmed attack.
okay, unarmed combat, right?
Unarmed combat, yes. And then
Here we
she
go.
will also roll an unarmed combat if you
Alright.
succeed. That's a failure. You are not able to pin. Well, actually, because shit, I forget the fucking rules here. If she because all that can happen here is that if she shit. This is really getting into the nuanced Delta Green stuff or Delta Green mechanics that I should know better. Let's see, add attack. I think that basically she has to roll to defend against you, and that again is going to set her roll. Okay? But you've already failed, so there's like, you actually can't really succeed here. But this will go ahead and set her roll for everyone else. So 39, she again barely succeeds. So it is now, so Benji, you've tried to tackle her and you're not succeeding.
Again, 3
Grown men.
adult men on one adult woman, and she's just fucking getting it. She's
Dude,
scrapping.
she's
She
wild,
is,
man.
like, dipping and diving and like fucking throwing
You know what?
elbows. Like,
You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, that's not all that's gonna happen.
Ham's getting involved. Ham's barking, but now he's going for the throat.
well,
All right,
what are you thinking, Box?
I'm thinking that Benji just got fucking pepper sprayed in the face.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, you're like trying to get it, and she just like she fucking just gets you right in
Yeah.
your face, and I need you to make a con check. Let me know what you get.
Let's see. Rolling con. Yeah.
Nice.
I succeed.
Success.
For once in Benji's pathetic life.
All right,
He
you
succeeds.
succeed. You know, it's all that hot food Benji eats. You know, like all that southern hot food.
Yeah.
Like,
He is a fan of hot food.
he just like, if for a second it obviously bothers you, but you're just so hyped in this moment, you just like, it doesn't stun you. Basically, it keeps you from.
His
being
mouth
totally
starts
fucked.
watering.
Yeah, you're just like.
So hungry.
I want more.
So now we're going to Hank Ellis.
Probably
And I pull out my pepper spray in one turn and spray.
And you're gonna pepper spray her back.
Yes.
This is the big bad of book 1. It's just a fucking chick.
I just want you guys to imagine being in a room where 2 people are pepper spraying each other. Just being
Battle.
in that room.
It's all
All right, give me an unarmed combat roll as you pull your pepper spray off your belt.
So it'll be unarmed combat. I thought it would have been something else, but let's do that.
No, it's
You want to do
unarmed.
that? Okay. Okay. No modifier.
Mm.
He's a U.S. Marshal. He has to be better at pepper spraying than this girl.
You know what? I'm gonna say take a -20
Why? Why?
because you're trying not to spray Benji.
This is horseshit. Success!
Oh!
Wow.
Oh man! All right, you spray her instead. Let me make. Hold on. What's her con? Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. What is 13 times 5?
This is the weakest fight scene ever.
What is that?
There's gonna
65.
be people crying at the end. Just
She
cry, just
succeeds.
Damn, this bitch is no joke.
She's just like, bah!
This chick is tough as nails.
Dude, she's wasted on being a rider or whatever the fuck she is.
Guys, we need to ask.
She needs to be in the octagon.
She needs to join our party. That switch tactics. We need to win her over. She's too tough.
Oh, all right. Freaking. All right. So, Benedict, there are 2 people in this melee that are currently covered in pepper spray.
Not affected by it.
Yeah, they're both fighting through it. But
Parlay.
So my
can't- I
gun's on
can't
the
exactly-
ground. My gun is on the
Can't
ground. Just to
exactly-
remind you.
we'll say your gun is on the ground and it's
Scream.
like it got kicked over to the other side of the room, so you'd have to like go over there and get it.
God. It's just
I guess there's no way to reason with everybody. To be like, this is ridiculous, everybody. There's no like disarming the situation verbally, I take it.
I don't. Are you asking me? You asking my opinion?
Yeah. Is there a way to disarm
You
this
could give it a
situation?
go. You're gonna need. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna be at significant disadvantage because she's already engaged in combat.
Alright, then, what would I have to defeat? What's her role?
If you want to
Still
do a
56.
persuade, but I'm gonna say if you do a persuade, you're gonna take a -40.
I think let's try it. I think persuade
You're gonna try to
-40.
calm her down,
Oh my
get her to
God.
chill out.
I feel like it's slightly better odds than actually beating her unarmed combat. I can't actually beat her unarmed combat. So I'm gonna try and persuade. Oh, 47 over.
Well, your persuade is 51. You had a -40, so you had to get between 1 and 11.
I had to get 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a 1 and
So-
10.
so
So
no.
shouting,
So no, she.
"We are humans! Let's stop this madness!"
All right, back up to Benji. Benji, what are you doing?
oh my god, man. I don't even know. Is there a way? I think I'm gonna.
I'm gonna drop something in the roll 20. This is the reference, and it's got a bit in there about combat. That you can read. It's on page. I don't know. It's in here somewhere. There's the combat rules are part of this. On page 5, there's combat actions.
Gotcha. Of the agent's handbook.
Of what I just put down.
We don't really have many other choices. It's like this is
That took
straight
me
up.
to the Google Drive, just for your info, Joe.
Yeah.
Just like the straight up Google Drive. Okay.
What do you think?
Who's up next?
It's Benji.
Benji.
Okay.
I truly don't know what to do.
You know what?
I could use some advice.
Roll me a luck
What are you
roll
guys
real quick.
thinking? Just a raw D20.
Or a D100, and you want below, you want
Alright.
50 or below.
There we go.
Okay. Son of a bitch.
Wow. Y'all both got
Hold
the
on.
same.
Wait, you got a 46. I got a 46.
Yeah.
Or what? What's going on?
Yes.
What's going on?
We both got. You roll a lucky 46. I rolled an attack roll and a damage roll as Abraham launches into the fray and bites the shit out of Michelle Van Fitz.
Ham!
Ah! And she's screaming. She's the ah! She's like punching at his head. And
No.
but he's biting him. He's drawing blood.
Okay.
Nice. I hope it kills him.
So he's done a way
I'm
better
just kidding.
job than you motherfuckers have. So yeah,
But-
it's still Benji's turn.
She punched my dog.
She punched your dog.
All right,
Dog you just
Benji's-
met an hour ago.
pulling.
Yeah, my dog.
You don't understand. Benji forms relationships fast when it comes to animals, and he pulls out his pistol.
All right. I would say that you are. You know, no. I mean, you are currently engaged in a melee with her, but she is now engaged more so with Abraham. So if you want to take a step back, draw your pistol, and fucking start shooting at this woman, you do it.
Oh my god. No. Like, okay. Benji would be enraged that she hit Abraham, but he wouldn't just draw out his pistol and shoot this woman.
I will say this. If you attack her now that she's engaged with Abraham, you will get a bonus.
Alright, same thing. Unarmed combat. Separate her from the pepper spray. Just
You're gonna try to pin
get her subdued. Just pin
Assuming
her.
that
Get her
actually
subdued.
slows her down.
Okay.
I mean, she's obviously the boss of book one.
Yeah.
So I think we need to throw everything we have at her,
Right.
You know.
I mean, this is the time.
I do have a crowbar with me. That's something I brought.
Yeah. If we
We
could
have the
possibly
glass of a magic mirror too. Just cut her with
That's
it.
it.
Stab her in the face with it.
incorporate everything we found in this adventure path, because like this is it, boys. We're going hard. This is life or death. This is the boss. So let's fucking roll this. Unarmed combat plus 100. Nope. Nothing. Just
Unarmed combat
static
plus
roll.
20. That's a failure.
Oh no.
62
Oh, you didn't do a plus 20 though, did you?
over 60.
Okay.
I actually didn't roll the plus 20.
You failed?
But 40
you
plus
didn't do-
20.
Yeah. He's already doing the math. Damn, Benji. Damn it, Benji. Is it her turn?
What even is this?
I don't know what's going on here. All right, so it is now.
Wrestling a woman.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Incapable of doing that.
All right, so it is freaking
Oh
Hank's
god.
I'm gonna cold cock her.
You're gonna punch her right in her face.
Yeah. No modifier. Unarmed.
You can have a plus 40 because she's engaged with 2 people
Okay.
this round.
This succeed.
All right,
Jesus
it's
Christ.
a success. She's going to
Barely.
attempt. Actually, there's technically no way unless she.
You know
crits.
jujitsu?
If she crits, she's gonna attempt to fight back. She's gonna attempt to like punch you back. If she crits,
God.
she will attack back.
Mhm.
All right. You win this time, Angellas.
1.
All
Got
right.
a punch. That's what we managed
Knock
to
her in
achieve.
the face.
You slam with. Are you you're just punching her? That's what you're gonna do.
I mean, at this point, yeah. I mean, I'm fighting her like a man.
just.
And
Alright,
she's got glasses
what is?
on.
I think the damage is just 1d4. So yeah, just roll me a 1d4.
Okay.
What's Hank's strength, by the way?
15.
Oh yeah, so you just do 1d4. She's gonna take 2 more damage. She is starting to sway a little bit, and she's not doing well. Okay.
I would hope not.
She's not doing well.
She'll
you
shrug
say.
it off.
All right, Benedict,
This is a
finish
monster,
her
man.
off. Finish her off. Do you have like an RPG in your arsenal? Do you have like a bazooka?
No.
Do you have like a grenade launcher?
I mean-
do you have
Oh,
like?
I
gotta
do
put
have
the
an
big
AR,
guns
but
for
I
this
don't think
one.
that's technically on me. I guess that would be at the police van.
Yeah, we left that in the car.
I don't know.
Otherwise, believe me,
Benedict,
I would have taken out the AR by now.
if your journalistic endeavors have given you some like contacts into the nuclear arsenal of like Russia or something, like if you could call in a fucking missile strike, that's
Call
what it's
in
gonna
nuke.
take to take this bitch down.
Cool airstrike.
Okay, so I think because he was actually quite sweet on her before, I don't think he'd want to be physical.
oh
He
yeah,
tried to
that
disarm.
Benedict had some weird, like, he was kind of getting off on this whole, like,
He was-
her treating her
He
like
was-
garbage.
If he's honest with himself, he's a little bit excited at the moment, but not in the good way.
Nothing like going into
And-
combat with an erection.
God,
So he's gonna try and
it's a
fake
flaccid
using his
combat.
radio to call in backup to try and dissuade her from continuing. To be like, I'm gonna call backup now. Let's just stop this. And then it's gonna make as if he's calling for backup to try and dissuade the fight from continuing.
Okay, maybe a roll. Maybe some type of roll. Give me something.
Persuade?
Sure. -40. I can't.
Benedict,
not.
she is going to kill us
I can't
if we do
not.
not stop her.
He can't. He can't do it.
We are going to die here.
All right, you
To
failed
the
again.
Oh,
All right. Let me tell you what she's about to do. Okay.
dream team here.
She like, you guys are fighting, you're covered in pepper spray. Hank just punched her in the mouth. It's fucking, Abraham is hooked on her leg, just like, "Rah!" She pushes away from you guys and stumbles toward the, you see she turns around kind of towards the fireplace, and you guys follow her eyes in that moment. And there is an antique-looking tomahawk hung up above the
Oh,
fireplace. It's like
shit's getting dangerous.
and she's gonna make for it. And let's see, she's gonna try to push you guys off and see if she can get there. And nope, she's not able to. She's still, but you can tell that she's pushing you from you guys, trying to get up there to it. Actually,
Maybe
no,
I tried
that,
pleading.
that's I'm gonna say that's enough for her to kind of get past you and get up there to it, but she's not armed with it yet.
Okay.
So back to Benji.
Benji is gonna. Okay. Do I have any agency over Ham?
You can try to finesse him to get her, I guess, or
All right. Both of us, in whatever capacity we can, are gonna lunge to try to just take her down by the legs. We're not even trying to take. She's obviously more powerful than any god we've ever
Okay,
witnessed before.
okay.
So we can't take her
all
down.
right. Look, keep in mind, Delta Green is not like other games when it comes to combat. fighting people, even fighting 3-on-1, and as someone who has worked in a mental health hospital and tried to hold people down who do not want to be held, 3 people is like the fucking minimum, okay, to get that done. Alright? What you're talking about is hard. Is really, really hard. This is not D&D where you're all superheroes. You guys are people, and you're fighting another person who's desperately trying to defend herself. Okay? So I know this seems out of place for other games, but not for Delta Green. With Delta Green, when people start fighting, shit gets fucked up.
That actually does sort of like shift it into perspective.
I'm gonna be honest, Joe. This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
That's fair.
This combat.
This combat right here.
Yeah.
All right, what does Benji do, man? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna sit cam on her, and I'm just gonna keep doing that unarmed combat. I want to stop her
You wanna
from
pin her?
getting that fucking tomahawk.
Okay.
Because God knows what this insane woman is gonna do when she gets that tomahawk.
God.
Okay. Well, okay.
Well,
so,
even what
so
that tomahawk
do this.
does.
So first,
I'm
let me
scared
roll,
of the tomahawk
let me roll
itself.
this. Let's see if Abraham was going to attack her anyway. No, he was not going to. But go ahead, and if you want Abraham to attack her, that's going to be your action to try to egg him on.
I have a good feeling about this, Benji. Do it. I think you got this.
But Abraham's just gonna bite her. He's a dog.
Could I
That did-
use?
That like restrained her, Joe, more so than damaged her.
No, I think it would just
It,
damage her. He's just a dog. He's not like a trained attack
Oh.
dog that's trained to do things. He's a dog
But
who
she
really
took,
likes
like-
Benji.
But I mean, she took HP when he bit her,
Right.
or what the equivalent of that. Okay.
What action would I use to
Maybe just a
to
charisma
engage
or a persuade.
Ham?
Animal
I'll go
handling is
for
not a
Which one's
skill in this
higher?
game. So
Wait, did you say animal
It's just
handling
mockery.
is not?
is not is not a skill in this game.
No, not so
Probably
much.
charisma.
What if I just charisma? All right.
Roll a ride and see if you can ride on his back.
Yeah, roll a ride check.
Ham. Get this woman Ham plays for me.
Succeed.
2,575.
All right, Ham's gonna go for it.
Success.
He's gonna. He's like. You're like. Get her, Ham. And old Abraham is going to attack. Where did he?
This poor little kind dog that just wants to sit on your lap is now turned
he's just
into
a sweet,
a
sweet
weapon
boy.
of death.
All right, let's see how Abraham does.
This is
the
Delta
attack.
Green, Gianluca. Don't you judge me.
That's a 95 as Ham misses.
95 under 100.
Man.
Yeah, his skill is not 100.
What kind of dog is this?
What are you talking about? He doesn't get a good bite on her.
Well,
You know what, Ham? We tried.
All right.
I'll
Fucking-
pet him on his flea bitten ears.
Hank
I'll
Ellis.
hug him. I'll say, I love you anyway, Ham.
I'm gonna fucking pound her again.
He's gonna fucking tackle her. Are you just attacking her, or are you gonna try to pin her or something?
I'm punching her again.
He's gonna punch. Hank's not even fucking around. He's like, fuck this. I'm just gonna beat her to death. Alright, let's see that roll.
Just straight, unarmed.
Yep. She is, because no one's really managed to. Alright, success. So roll me a
Barely.
damage, 1d4.
Come on, 3. Not bad.
Ooh, my pen.
Not bad.
Do people go unconscious after enough damage?
Yes, people do. People go unconscious at 2 HP, I believe.
Okay.
Keeping in mind that I think the average amount of HP is 10.
Hmm.
Because that's your con. That's 10, and that's what it is for most folks. Okay, for the most normal people. All right, Benedict.
Benedict is a pacifist. And He's gonna try and beat her to the tomahawk.
Okay. All right. Well,
Okay.
yeah. Well, you're not currently engaged with people trying to fight you. So
Right.
if you're gonna get up there and just try to snatch the tomahawk, you know what? I will say. So here's the thing: that it's a little bit too far for you to run and do something without having to make a roll. Normally, you can move about 3 meters and not have to roll to do something. But it's a little further than that because you're all like on the other side of the apartment and stuff. You're gonna have to run over there because the room has now gotten a lot bigger too. Now that we're in the night floors.
Can I at least put myself? So maybe I don't get the tomahawk, but to put myself in between the tomahawk and her.
She's kind of right there up on it. But if you want to get up there and grab the tomahawk and put it in your hands so
Yeah.
that she's not gonna have access
fucking
to
do it.
I would say give me like some type of agility or athletics or. I know that's not the name of some of the stuff in this game. I could say
Athletics is exactly the thing it's called.
you give me a dex, you give me athletics.
Alright. Alright, let's do it. Athletics. Oh,
Let's see, we got
Come on. Success.
12 under 30 success. You get up there and you grab that tomahawk and pull it down.
Stop
you now
this
have in
madness.
your hand a tomahawk. It's heavy. It feels like this is not a decorative thing. This is a real, like, authentic tomahawk, you probably say. Or you don't know if it's authentic, but this is a weapon of war. This is not a decoration piece.
I inspect it for
He starts
cult
doing the
attributes.
Conan Barbarian thing.
The
She
glow
is going
stick.
to scream and is going to attempt to disarm you, Benedict.
Well, shit.
Two lovers engaged.
She knocks the tomahawk out of your hands.
Oh my
No,
god.
don't I get to defend?
No, because you've already attacked this
Unarmed.
round. That was your action.
That was my
So
action.
she
you only
knocks
get
out
to
your hand, so
defend.
it's now on the ground, basically. But we're back up to Benji Potts.
Oh my god, man. Seriously? Alright.
Benji.
I'm gonna tell you,
You're a
I never
professor.
thought in 1,000 years you guys would end up fighting Michelle Van Fitz for half an hour.
Is there a candelabra in the room?
Roll
Some
me a-
sort of.
Roll me a luck roll. Some type of candle-based lighting. There's a fireplace. You're standing right next to a fireplace.
No. I'm not looking for I'm looking for something heavy and dense that I can crush her brains out with.
There's probably a fire poker.
Fire poker? Okay.
Roll me a luck roll. No,
Let's
even
stab
better. Roll me a sanity check.
Okay. I can do that.
You can you see past the illusion?
Rolling sanity. Plus 80. Submit.
Success.
There is no fire poker. There's nothing right next door. Now there is a tomahawk laying on the ground, which you are close enough to pick up and use.
I was kidding
Sees
about
the
the plus
tomahawk,
80.
it's like, he's like,
And I'm
nah.
also-
Is there so-
Gonna pick out the tomahawk.
All right. Actually, and real quick, let's see about Abraham. Oh, by the way, Abraham's gonna attack her as well, just
Nice.
on his own, and he hits her.
Nice.
For oh okay. Abraham goes up and bites her, and she goes down.
She goes down?
She goes down.
She's.
Good
She's
boy.
unconscious and bleeding out.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Good boy.
Good boy.
I said, good boy. Is there any
Benji
food in
just,
there
like,
before
cuddles
before
it
we
so hard, like.
Yeah,
Oh
before
my
we save this
God.
woman's life, is there any treats around the room we could give him?
Roll me a sanity check.
I think it's worth it.
Hell,
Roll me a-
I'll roll one.
Success.
Wait, why is...
Okay,
Can we give him extra treats?
Benji sees a little
Uh-oh.
tray of those same kind of finger sandwiches that Abraham seemed to like so much.
I need to stop asking for things.
Because he failed the sandy check? He saw finger
Look,
sandwich?
all I can say is Benji saw
Yeah.
the sandwiches, alright?
Oh, God.
Okay.
I just gotta give it to him now.
Yeah. And
So,
yeah, you've
feed
got
him
a platter of
to
sandwiches.
him.
Alright,
You know what?
I just
Honestly, ham probably doesn't even exist. Fucking ham probably is not even... It's just a figment of our imaginations.
probably.
let him
Yeah.
live
Ham what?
in his dream.
tastes like chicken.
Or as a figment of somebody's dream. You know?
All right, Hank. Seriously, after we say good boy and everything, tries to first date on her.
Alright, yeah, give me that roll. I mean, what do you even have for first date? Yeah.
It's 10. Does anyone have better first aid? I say, does anyone know anything about healing
As
Yeah,
we're standing
doctor
over,
in the
does
house.
anyone know about how to help a wound?
Can you fix the broken person?
What is the skill?
Mine's
Probably
10.
first aid if you just
What did-
want to stop her bleeding.
All right, I'll do it. Phil. Not too worried, honestly, but I tried.
Alright, yeah,
Should we-
you're not
I
able
guess
to...
we should all try.
Well, good on you, Hank, I guess. I guess I'll
This
try.
blood's just doesn't seem to be stop coming out of her.
Alright, Benedict. Woman, you're not going into the light. He drops down to his knees, stabilizes.
Dude,
her.
man. Because he loves her.
I love
This is
you
what you love.
since I saw you. Since I lay eye on you, woman. You're not
Mouth to
leaving
mouth.
without
She's
me.
bleeding out the neck.
Alright, I will say that you're able to stabilize her. But
Nice.
she is, like, you're able to, like, with, you know, there's some stuff, like, there's some, like, some rags or something, like, there's still, it's kind of an apartment still, so there's, like, a kitchen, you run in there, and you're able to, like, tie something around, like, one of the places where Abraham bit her that last time is, like, deep, and it's gushing, like, it's pulsing blood, and Benedict, you know enough to know that's probably an artery. That's bad. You know, like, you think
that's not
that
good.
if you don't, like, actually get this woman somewhere, that she's going to... that she might die. Like, that's... and that's some pretty... that's some pretty heavy stuff, you know? Speaking
We
of
can't-
that, who here is immune to violence sanity damage?
Oh, you're gonna make us do this. Where would I find that? Let's see.
It
Where
should
would
just
that be, Jeff?
Over there to the right side. I
I
think,
have one
In the
check
end-
in violence.
yeah, I think the answer might be none of
I
it.
think it's a no.
Well, I was just thinking because he was a marshal, if that was part of the background or something, but I don't have a check in the violence, no.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is in the rules. This is in the Delta Green rules. One of the examples of inflicting violence loss is incapacitate or cripple an innocent. Now, we're gonna keep this brief on the definition of an innocent.
Yeah, I think she's far from that.
We're gonna keep it brief. Alright, so go ahead and make your case as to what you think an innocent is or is not, or how Michelle Van Fitz does or does not fit the role of innocent.
First of all, she lied to us, whether willingly or unwillingly. Lied in case she is hindering a case, and she was about to mace us,
Okay,
and she attacked first.
you did break into her apartment.
Barge. We barged.
You
We didn't break.
I mean,
I love that, Jean. We barged. That was
Point of
not a
order.
break. Your Honor, the accused merely barged.
Broke in
Okay.
the front door as a polite person would. We did not call the police, we simply barged in the front door.
So, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I think she's.
I think we should.
she's
If
hiding
we're on the
something.
fence, I think we should at least roll for it. A luck roll.
So my argument would be that each of these characters, either knowing or not knowing, in some period of the day or the night, they have lucidity, and right time it's nighttime, so they're lucid about the hidden fucking apartment in their world, and they're trying to hinder our investigation. So that makes them complicit.
Yes.
And therefore, enemy combatants
Here's what I'm gonna say.
to be annihilated.
I'm
Actually, take off that first aid kit.
I'm gonna let you guys look
and-
behind the screen, behind the curtain for just a moment. I'm gonna tell you
Ooh, show me.
genuinely Michelle Van Fitz's mindset. Okay? She was in her home. There was a knock at the door. She answered it. The rude ass well, you guys weren't super rude to her, actually. The FBI agents, who she already doesn't like, barged into her home. A woman who lives alone. And so it was nighttime, so she answered the door with mace, as a woman living alone might do. You barged in, began yelling at her. She told you to get the fuck out, and Hank Ellis, when he sees the mace, drew a fucking gun on her. I am gonna say she is an innocent in this situation. Now, did she attempt to arm
Okay,
herself?
I understand.
Yes.
I understand that. Yeah, when you phrase it like that, we're the bad guys. But I know. Are you saying that because it's nighttime, she had no idea, maybe even a little bit, that she lied to the police officers earlier that day?
I don't think
She
it
thinks she's
matters.
doing the right thing. Why not?
I think she probably didn't have much time to consider it. So I'm going to say that everyone needs to roll a sanity check.
Alright.
So everyone, please roll a sanity check.
You know, I'm actually gonna not.
Yeah?
What?
No, I think I'm gonna abstain.
Okay.
You know, I've listened to the last episode and this one, and you're making us roll a lot of sanity checks, and I don't understand why.
That's okay. Sometimes we just
I
need to
don't-
know how sane you are.
No, I don't think I'm gonna do it anymore.
Well, for the sake of this one, you could roll your sanity check.
Roll 2. Roll 2, Max. Hank succeeds.
Submit.
All right, Hank, you take. Hank
Benedict
takes
failed.
0. Benji takes
Nice.
0. Now, because of the situation here, Benedict, I'm gonna have you roll a D4. It's gonna be D4 minus 1.
There's a D4.
That's a 3 total. You rolled a 4. So, do you want to deflect?
What you get for being the
sanity
nice
damage?
guy. For healing motherfuckers, for trying to disarm the situation and go for the tomahawk to prevent violence. This is what happens.
This is what you do. This is what happens to you.
Would have been
This
easy
is
to
It's
just kill
not
it.
fair.
Do you
Here's my
want to?
suspicion.
Do you want to deflect?
No, I think I need to just take it.
All right. So you now have this unconscious woman here on the ground, guys. You have a lot of
You
questions
said
about this place.
she's bleeding out.
She's not bleeding
She's
out.
bleeding
now,
out, you
but you think that she's stable. But you're fairly certain that if she doesn't get some real medical help. Now, this is the part of Delta Green. This is the kind of conspiracy, and kind of part of Delta Green. Like, if you take this woman to the hospital, you are going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
So-
I wouldn't do that.
So what do you do? What are you guys gonna do? You guys are in this room now.
Well, fellas, I think we can agree that we never want to talk about this situation and how we were almost beat up by three
I love
grown
that
men were
that's-
almost beat up by
I
a
love
woman.
that that's where Hank goes. Like, we don't want to be embarrassed. God forbid we're embarrassed about what happened here.
Oh,
And can I just say another round of applause for Abraham? Good boy. Good boy.
yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a great boy.
Abraham is licking her blood off the floor.
Good boy. That's protein right there. That blood. Good boy.
Secondly, I don't know where you all are in this. How this is hitting me is we should not take this woman to the hospital for various reasons and things we have seen tonight. But we cannot let her die. We should, one, wait till she wakes up and interrogate her, or two, either way, I think we need to call the handler and turn her into the organization to save her
Hank?
life.
Hank,
And yes, Benji.
can I be real with you for a second?
Sure, Benji. Were you not being real with me this entire time?
Well,
Your name is Benji, isn't it?
I'm not sure if we're waking or dreaming right now. I assume we're in the real world, but it's often deceptive, isn't it?
Yes. We all feel that way sometimes.
Well, who's to say which's which then? How can you be certain you're actually awake right now?
On a side note, you guys are standing in the middle of Michelle Van Fitz's apartment, which is now much larger. There's an antique tomahawk currently laying on the ground, and there are more. You can see more rooms with more books, rooms that weren't there before.
We could.
Benji, rather,
We could.
we might be dreaming, but we gotta find Abigail, and we also gotta make sure Michelle doesn't die.
You think that she might be good for like a day, but you think beyond that, it's hard to
Oh,
say
that
if
long.
she's gonna be
Okay,
all
that
right.
long.
She's not gonna die in the next hour. Like, she is patched up. She is no longer bleeding. But you think that there's almost certainly going to be permanent damage. All right, actually, let me rephrase it. Let me reframe it. You don't think she's going to die if you leave her. You think that there's going to be permanent damage to her as a human, if she is not healed by a professional.
Well,
We
we should
could
do that at some
explore.
point, but
We could explore the ninth floor.
We'll do that. Nah.
And maybe we
Benedict's
meet
all-
somebody up there who can help her.
Benedict says, or we could explore.
We could explore to see if anybody. You know what? We should talk to. This is probably Mark's purview. We should talk to Mark. What a jolly fellow! He offered me a drink once.
what a
He
nice
might know
guy.
where to go.
I think we should definitely go. Say again?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right
Hand
now.
measure.
You're looking at this leg of hers that Abraham bit so bad. Ooh, she might lose that leg. Like, looking at it, it's
I think we should get the handler involved to pick her up. He knows the situation we're going through. He knows there's mischief about. And if we can take her out of this room, then presumably we are outside of this dream world. This is where I stand, and then continue exploring. regardless of the philosophical argument of us being awake or dreaming, we should at least try to save this woman's life.
But
Yeah.
what about Ed Wist and Randolph Flater and the Dorchester?
You guys do have other stuff that you can look up. Like stuff about this building.
Abigail's up in 12A and we're sitting down here. Ain't nothing.
Also,
What are we doing? What are we doing in Abigail's right?
She having a mental
up there
breakdown?
with the
Yeah,
man in white shoes.
Benji's having some trouble. And also, Benji... Does Benji
You
wear a
didn't
watch?
tell your sane insanity check.
Does Benji wear a watch?
No, he doesn't. Because he's a guitarist.
No? Okay.
Hank wears a watch.
It's constricting.
Well, you do think about it. You kind of like look outside, or you go to look outside, and you realize that there was the windows here, and they're not there anymore. But you're aware that it's like probably like 7-ish o'clock or later.
It's about 7 o'clock later, I guess.
Man, didn't you have that? Weren't you supposed to be picked up by Skylar and go out? Oh, he was supposed to
I
pick
was
you up
gonna
at
go with
6.
Skylar. I was gonna pick you up at 6 or something like that. Mm.
Yeah. So, you guys are, and by the way, one of you's been maced. And you guys have like had a lot going on. That didn't pick up on the mic at all.
No, but
was
I
too
could hear
loud
it,
for
and
the
I could hear it, and I had the noise canceling on, so my neighbors definitely heard that.
Yeah, like I think you peaked the mic there when you were screaming. But yeah, what are you guys gonna do, man? Like you got all this weird stuff, like that you especially have at least one new odd thing, which is this tomahawk, which strikes you as like, what the fuck is this thing doing here?
Yeah. So I think everyone knows where Hank stands. He wants to get this woman to the hospital, not take her there, but step outside of the dream world and get the handler to pick her up.
Yeah. Well, you do have a thought that if she goes to
We
a
know
normal hospital,
she has seen shit.
she's gonna wake
Say
up,
again?
and if she goes to a normal hospital, she might wake up and say,
That's what I'm saying.
"Those 3 FBI agents did this to me."
Well, regardless, if we're going protocol,
Yeah.
everybody in this building needs to be talked to by the organization, you know?
Like they need to be
Or
secured.
we eliminate them.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. What if we actually called in the big guns? Like, what if we actually called in more agents to interrogate people?
Like get a hold of Agent
Well,
Marcus,
that's what
your handler, and
Yeah,
be like,
get up.
There's something.
Right. We
You
should.
need to
It would
process
not be a bad
first.
idea to touch base with him.
Now keep in mind also,
Okay,
this is
let's do
not this is Delta Green of the 90s, and the Delta Green of the 90s is still an underground cowboy organization. So they don't have an official presence, but they may still be able to do something.
What if it's like a dream therapist, like, or psychics that specialize in dreams? Like, what if we could just like reach out to Delta Green to get a specialist in?
You guys tell me what you want to do. You tell me what you want to do. Like you want to contact. Like let me tell you, if you want to contact Delta Green and ask for something, there are rules and roles that we can do on how all that all works.
I think that would be a good
I think-
plan of action.
We have a couple of problems though, because Roger also witnessed us going in.
Roger.
So
Right.
we have to deal with Roger. We now also have to deal with Michelle.
Roger did leave before the violence started.
Yeah. To get a cocktail. So.
I'll go ahead and tell you, if you
I
go
made-
down to Roger's room, he's not there.
I'm not really worried about Roger. I mean, eventually all these people need to get talked to, but
I'd
be okay with trying to save-
tone.
I'd be okay with trying to save her, bringing in the handler, seeing if there's anything we can do, but she's also not the priority. She got in the way of what we needed to do.
It's an unfortunate
Well,
truth. You know, on the list of
the
priorities
middle
for
ground
Delta
is-
Green, saving lives is right down there at the bottom.
So is
There is a
Benedict
man with a
saying?
boa constrictor on the fucking street as well, who may or may not be the devil.
Yeah, we think that he might be a king of hell.
So relative to that, losing a leg.
Well, when you phrase it that way, maybe we should just wrap her up and say some words.
And definitely gonna handcuff her somewhere.
You guys have handcuffs.
We could, yeah, we could handcuff her in the hallway and call for the handler, specifically where she is, and say that she needs to be taken care of.
Okay, you want to
Yeah.
leave her in the hallway though?
Because
Maybe
I
I'll
don't
keep
necessarily. I don't
Basement?
necessarily. We could do that. Basement
Yeah.
seems like a good idea, actually.
Basement.
You want to take her
Agreed.
outside and around and go to the basement?
Well, I don't want necessarily him coming into this dream world, you know, and time moves differently. So who
Fair.
knows how he won't even be here by the time we come back. How, you know?
So you want to take her to the
What if
basement?
we?
Is that what you're gonna do? I just want to know what you guys are gonna do.
I think that sounds like a good plan.
We're gonna disguise her, so make it look inconspicuous, and then take her down to the basement.
You don't have to disguise her.
In like
She's wearing a wonderful disguise of being beaten up. She's unrecognizable.
Or at least put a hoodie on or something.
Like a fitted sheet.
Yeah.
They're notoriously hard to fold, but they obscure a corpse quite well in a pinch. Due to the elasticity.
Yes, let's
Yeah.
do that.
Yes.
Let's take her to the
Sort of.
basement.
Hugs to the form of the corpse, you know.
I'm just gonna do a quick
Maybe not
roll.
be the right call,
Okay.
but let's do it. Because some weird shit was going in the basement.
Alright, are you going to the basement or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you can, like, at nighttime, there's really not a lot of people out on the street. This place was described as being, this area of town was described as being a place where, like, at night there's, like, some sketchy stuff going around, so there's, like, not a lot of people out. And the
Yeah,
people
sure.
who are out aren't really paying attention to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that you were able to, like, one of you, like, is able to, like, go downstairs, you, like, kind of mosey outside and look left and look right, maybe some people walk by, and then you make... And now, when you leave outside, when you go out into the Macallistar building, everything seems normal. There's like a smell, and it smells like alcohol and cigarette smoke that wasn't there before. It smells a little different, but you go outside and everything seems totally normal. And in fact, that room that Michelle Van Fitz was just in should not fit up in there. And just looking up there and looking at the building, it's kind of disconcerting. It kind of stirs something in you. It just makes you a little uneasy, the idea that there's a space, a bigger space inside of that space up there. You guys make it down to the basement. You open the door with the key that you have, with Abigail's building key, and you go down there, and you go into the room where there was the paintings and all of that stuff. You see at the pile of cans. Remember, there's a pile of paint cans, and it said "For Sammy." The pile of paint cans is gone. And it looks like someone might have been down here and working on another piece of art. Like working on a painting, but there's no one here right now. But it looks like someone has been here and has been moving around a little bit. But if you're going to take Michelle and stash her in here and then go make some calls, as far as you can tell, it's not the worst place.
Okay. I think we should do that and handcuff her to something, a pipe or something sturdy.
You can probably, like, handcuff her, like, hog tie style. Like, do handcuffs wrist, handcuffs ankles, and have them behind her where she'd be, like, completely immobile.
Can she be hidden
Yes.
away? Is it just that paint room?
There's another room. There's another room that has just, like, other stuff in it. There's, like, utility stuff. You could probably put her in that room. You doubt anyone will be there
Can we
down there
explore that
tonight.
room? I think maybe we should use that room instead of the one with the paint stuff. But maybe
Sounds
we
good
can
to me.
explore it first.
Okay.
Is that good? Benji's
Yep.
Ace, you're making a face. You're like a thinking face.
Nope. No. I'm on board with it. I'm on board with it.
All right. You guys are gonna make contact with your agent now, with Marcus.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. How are you gonna do that? I mean, there's payphones. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you go inside and you pick up the phones in the Macallistar building, you don't get anything. No dial tone. No nothing.
Who wants to make
Okay.
the?
Is
Well,
There's payphone though. Down the street.
who? Yeah. I reckon we better go to this payphone and call Agent Marcus. Who wants to give him the news? And can we just skip over the whole? Took us 4 rounds to take down this woman thing, if at all possible.
One thing, it was just a regular ass woman. Yeah.
All right. Who's
As
calling?
far as we know. Who's calling? Ben does a good job on phone calls.
I did 1,
John
2,
does a good
3.
job
Not
on
me.
phone calls.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man, looks
Fine.
like it's Benedict. All right,
You'll
Benedict,
look
you have
after-
a phone number that you were given for Marcus.
sucks to suck.
It's a little late. You don't know if it's like an office number. You don't know what it is. But so you're gonna give it a call.
Okay. Cool.
It rings a few times, and you hear it pick up and. Hello?
Matador. May I speak to Marcus?
Yeah, hold on. And you hear the sound of him like, yeah, I gotta take this, blah, blah, blah. And he's, okay, alright, alright, it's a Marcus, go.
So we have a situation
Wait,
that we
okay,
may need
alright.
some.
Oh, hold on. Before you even start, I don't want to know anything I don't need to know. Like, you say it's weird, you say something weird, I don't even say it. Okay? I want to know as little as possible. You understand me?
Understood. Don't get your knickers in a bunch, my friend.
Alright,
We need some health care
Are you
at
hurt?
our location.
Is it Micha? Or is it Molasses?
It is neither. Somebody else who would need to be taken care of and processed and held until we can
Someone like a
meet with
civilian?
him again.
A civilian
Yes.
or someone
An
who,
unknown.
who knows something?
Somebody who should not die.
What the? God, I don't even want to know. That's all right. All right. I can.
Sure.
Where are they?
I'll be here.
Are they
in the
are they
basement.
dead? Are they dying? Like,
Calm down, man. Calm down. Shut up and calm down. They'll be ready for you in the basement. And you'll know our location as we described before, and you just need to pick her up, look after her,
okay,
and
it's a
take her
woman.
somewhere secure.
All right.
That's all you need to know. You didn't want anything more. That's all you need to know.
Okay. All right. Give me. Tell me. You tell him he gets the phone number from you for the payphone. He's like, stay there, stay nearby. But I've got to make some calls. He is going to. He's going to see if he can get back to you, but he's going to. Marcus is going to have to roll some checks because he has some stats just like everybody else. So let's see if he can get this done quick, because the issue is not getting it done. You get the impression that he can indeed get this done. So let's
He looks very
this
competent.
D100. That is a fumble. That is a 90.
Jesus.
Oh
Nine.
my god.
Look, we tried.
Everything involving this woman
Almighty.
goes to shit.
Yeah, he calls you.
We tried.
In a minute, he calls back. He's like, listen, I can't get anyone out there tonight, okay? Are there any? That place is half empty, right? Look, do this. I can't get anyone out there tonight. No one. I might be able to get someone out there tomorrow. But you're gonna have to stay with her, okay? And somewhere safe where no one's gonna go look in like an empty apartment. But you guys are gonna have to stay there with her, or at least one of you. And then maybe
Agent,
get
that's
someone there
just
in the
not-
morning.
Agent, that's just not possible. We will have to leave her in the same location we described. We have to tend to other things.
Well, listen. Look. I mean, she's there, and she's whatever state she's in. If she starts yelling or screaming, someone's gonna hear. But have you? And his voice gets really low. He's like, "Have you thought about just neutralizing the civilian?"
That's not an option we want to take.
Not an option we want to take. Who the hell do you think you're working for here? Listen, Matador.
Yeah.
I'm laying it down on the table. You leave her there, yeah, maybe she'll be fine. Maybe no one will find her. But if you leave her there unsecured, who knows what'll happen? I'm not telling you how to do your job. I'm telling you I can get someone out there probably by noon tomorrow to pick her up, scoop her up, and get her out of there. That's the best I can do.
Good enough. Let's keep that as the plan, and if the plans change, I'll get in contact with you.
Fine. I gotta go. He hangs up the phone.
Alright,
Yeah,
and I think Benedict will come back and have a powwow with the other people. And I think we have to just leave her down there. Probably gagged as well, so she doesn't make a noise, and then just leave her. Alternatively, we'll find out who Jeremy is. Jeremy.
You also have not seen Jeremy
Well-
yet. Yes, that's true.
I think he's still in the
Yeah,
closet.
we might need to tend to that while we're outside of the dream world. Here's another thing I'm thinking, since time is dilated in that world, whatever it may be,
I will say this.
it might not take us as long.
I will say this real quick. There are other ways to get someone disappeared that are illicit and not involved with Delta
Oh,
Green. I don't know, like Hank Ellis. Maybe he knows a mob doctor operating in the area or something. That's all like a role you could make.
yeah. We're
You
not
know,
thinking outside the box as much.
Like, I mean, that is really thinking outside the box, okay? Like, if you guys just want to say, like, hey, let's just keep her here, Delta, she's not gonna die. Let's let Delta Green pick her up fucking tomorrow. But
That's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
if you leave her here without anyone watching her, I will say there's a chance someone could find her.
There is. But since we've come out and dropped her down, we're basically, when we went into our apartment, I'm also assuming we don't see any time passing again.
Now that you're out here, and it seems like when you're in the Macallistar building, time passes normally.
But when we are in her apartment, it would
seemed to
slow
be a
down
little
again.
weird.
Okay. I think we risk it. I mean, she could be found, but that's my vote.
What state is she in?
Unconscious.
Tori, like, are we gonna drop her off? Like, do we have a vehicle or something? Like,
No, she's in the basement now. We're just gonna hog tie her down here and come back for her and stay with
Pretty
her
much.
until someone else came and
Or-
picked her up.
Exactly. I think that's the best we can do. We've already gone way above, I think, what we need to do and what our prerogative is.
Yeah.
And as much as it
Keep
pains
in mind-
Benedict,
Arrest and prosecution is a thing.
fuck. Yeah, she
The only other thing, fuck, I can't even trust her. I was gonna suggest we could like wake her up, whatever that shit is you put under someone's nose. Wake her up, interrogate her, and say we're like trying to save her life, but she has. But I wouldn't even trust her then, you know. He says he's willing to risk it to save her life. Risk the prosecution.
yeah. I think Benedict's the same.
I'm gonna say that because like I know that I know Hank's knowledge of Hank's knowledge of law and whatnot is high enough that you know that you're probably better off hog-tying her in an empty apartment. It'd probably just be safer. She'd be less likely to be stumbled upon in a place like that.
I mean, if we want to do that, we could do it in her own apartment. The time won't be moving slow. It'll be moving on the same rate as what we're experiencing in that dream world, but we could do that.
I think we should leave her in Abigail's apartment. I don't think there's
Okay.
a way. I don't think it's affected by. I don't know, just
The
according to
closet
map.
with Jeremy.
You just shove her in the closet with Jeremy too.
Just put it in the closet. Hopefully, the time dilation effect takes hold, so she doesn't bleed out for very long. If we put her back in her apartment, it's gonna she's gonna carry on with time. I think logically, but if she's outside of it, then maybe it pauses. I don't
Let's
know.
do that. Let's do that and check on Jeremy while we're at it.
Cool.
You guys, we're gonna say you get her back in the apartment, you get her in Abigail's apartment, you find a radiator or something to chain her to and gag her and whatnot. You don't think she's gonna be coming to, like, anytime soon. And if she does, she's gonna have a hell of a time making any noise. You go over to the closet where you left Jeremy. And you... Who's gonna open this door?
I will. I'm looking for Jeremy.
Alright, you open the closet door and you see Jeremy. He is in there. He is huddled on the ground. He's like sitting on the ground, like holding his knees. The mirror is gone.
Okay.
And he is
Okay.
sopping wet. He is drenched. Like he's sitting in a puddle. And he's like, and as you open the door, he kind of coughs a little bit, like, and he's like coughing up water, like out of his nose and his mouth. And he just looks wild-eyed at you. He is, you think, maybe even worse than you left him. Which is weird, that being left in a crazy closet with a crazy haunted fucking mirror or whatever would negatively affect somebody.
yeah.
Jeremy, what are you doing? Get out of here. Where have you been? Where have you been?
Oh man.
Nothing.
So you
Okay,
just
well,
pull him out.
Benedict
He's still
will probably
basically
bring him out.
catatonic, but now he's shivering and wet as well.
Alright, wrap a blanket over him and put him to bed. Tuck him in for bed.
You tuck him into the bed in
You don't
Abigail's
wanna-
bedroom.
You don't want to give him the responsibility of looking after this hog-tied woman.
You're like, listen, Jeremy, need you to look after
I
this
need
lady.
something. There's something real important that's come up. No.
Okay.
I think this is solidly
Well,
the
at least he's
victims
alive.
area. The victims of our campaign.
So he seems pretty out of it. He seems to not really notice Michelle. Because he doesn't seem to be noticing a lot.
Cool. Job done.
We're gonna have to
Back on
get.
track.
Don't worry, Jeremy. We're gonna get that bleeding ear situation figured out as soon as we get done with this.
So you're gonna leave him here, and you guys are gonna go home.
No, I think we're still going to
We're going back
investigate.
Oh, you guys are
Her
going
room.
back up?
Yeah,
up. It's nighttime.
Alright.
it's still nighttime. Yeah.
Well, actually, I think that is probably a really good place for us to go ahead and call it. You guys have gotten some stuff done
no.
today.
What?
You've
What a
beaten
mess.
up a woman just trying
Tonight.
to defend herself. And you've complicated your situation by having her, you know, like now you have to deal with her and give her off. But apparently, like, I'm just going to say, you guys are having this woman, not only did you break into her home, you're about to have her black bagged. She's going to go off
Yeah.
into some black site and never be seen again.
She's safer down here.
You're like, it's better than being in the night floors.
Dude, I do have to say, I don't know what it was about that combat, and I know Delta Green's not known for like a combat oriented, but that was one of my favorite combats I've ever been in. Was
we
fighting
know-
that Michelle.
It was messy.
What?
Dude, I was on the edge of my seat with this woman.
Okay, you
She
guys were
kept-
also very unlucky. Like, genuinely, you were very unlucky. For there being 3 of you
It's good
rendering
fun, though.
attacks at her and all this shit. But yeah,
I had a blast in that combat,
Yeah.
personally.
yeah.
So
What? What is
Yeah.
it?
Dude, what do you have to be mad about? We won. She is hogtied and bleeding and dying. We win.
If Jeremy
Yo,
looking after
what are you
her,
upset
we're gonna
about?
leave Ham
She's-
there.
yeah,
I couldn't think of a better outcome to that battle.
you know what, Brad? I aspire to have that outlook. I truly do.
Well, you guys have a lot. Have a lot more to look into. I don't know which way you're gonna go for next time, but anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Tune in hopefully next week. We're trying to get back on a regular schedule. Check out r/Greenbox Gaming. There's a thread on there. Let us know you're listening. I'm gonna try to like kind of get up on the social media stuff and get it posted when we're gonna be playing and when we have new episodes up and whatnot, so that you guys can try to join us live. But thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Dace, Brad, and John, for slogging through Delta Green combat. And,
Thanks for DMing.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part.
Absolutely.
And we will see you
We had the easy
guys
part.
next time. Goodbye.
Peace.
Later.
Roll the credits. What do the credits sound like? Do we have Brad's song mixed yet?
We don't have credits yet.
That's gonna happen.
Benny Hill.